me, my driving force, is the reminder that movement is medicine. I talked about it in our last class, and I'm just going to stick with that theme today because there's so much power in it. And in normal circumstances, movement is really important to incorporate in your day-to-day, in your week. And in the place that we are in now, I think it's even more important to keep our mental health strong, keep the energy moving through the body, and we just got to stay really grounded as we go through this time together. So let's go ahead and get started. Make your way down, grab your block or your couch cushion. One quick disclaimer, because I know there's some people on here who have been with me for all 6 sessions. Thank you so much. And then there's some people this morning that potentially this is your first time joining. So if you are new to the Yoga Fit, basically this is a 30-minute style class that is inspired with yoga movements. And then we got little bursts of cardio in between. Be super mindful of your own movement, right? Go at your own pace and take rest or a break whenever you need it. All right, let's dive in. So go ahead and make your way onto your backs. Find your block or your cushion, and we'll place it right between the thighs, a little bit closer towards the knee joints. And then we're going to lift the legs right up towards the sky. So you want to intend the heels to be over top of the hips. And if you have a tight low back or hamstrings, then just bend the knees. So find a place that feels good. Interlace the hands behind the head. Elbows point up towards the sky. So we got that nice little cocoon here for the head and for the neck. Flex the toes towards the face. And before we move, see if you can feel the low back and the ribs connected into the earth. So we want to keep that containment as we add on. And we'll start by taking a big breath in. And then exhale, lift the head and the shoulders off the earth. Let the head fall back into the hands. Make sure you're not pulling on the neck. And then inhale, lower down. So it's really slow motion here. Draw out the breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep moving. Exhale. Inhale. All right, let's get ready to add on. Exhale, lift up. Take a twist towards the left, just a few inches, and then reach the right hand between the legs. So you should have some space there because of the cushion or the block, and we're just reaching the hands between the leg. And then we come back to center, lower the head and the shoulders down. Exhale, lift, twisting to the right, and then the left hand reaches between the legs. Intend to keep the shoulder blades lifted off the earth and don't pull on the neck. Come back to center, release down. We'll keep doing that. Exhale, lift up, twist left, right hand reaches, holding here. This time the left arm also reaches, but to the outside edge of the leg. And then we bring the hands behind the head and release down. Other side, exhale, lift, twisting right, left hand reaches, and then the right hand reaches. Keep lifting. Back to center, hands behind the head. We'll bend the knees, lower the feet down towards the earth. So just a short, quick little warm up there for the core. We'll get ready for our bridge pose. So feet are down, hip distance apart. And then when you're ready, we ground into the feet and we start to lift the hips up just a few inches. Check in. You can even place the hands on top of the hip bones to ensure that we're not puffing the hips or the belly too high to the sky. You want to pull the belly in, feel the containment, the shoulders pushing down into the earth, the glutes squeezing together, all while you breathe and try to relax the face. We're going to start to lift the heels here. You can either do one at a time or both simultaneously, and then we'll lower the heels down. So we're still in our bridge pose, just lifting the heels. All right, as you lift up, I really want you to feel the big toe mounds grounding into the earth. And so lifting and lowering. Now we're going to go a little bit faster, and I want you to find, like I call them, the heel bops. So the heels lower and really quickly they bounce back up towards the sky. So I want you to find some rhythm here and go as fast as you can this morning, whatever that looks like. But another 5 seconds. So really starting to wake up the calf muscles, the thighs. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release the hips down. Pull the knees in towards the chest. All right, let's roll all the way up, and then we'll pivot around into a tabletop shape. Continuing with our warm-up this morning, so we go into all fours. Make sure the palms are underneath the shoulders. If anything, a little bit of a shorter stance in our table this morning. All right, fingers are spread wide. And then we're going to start to lift the base of the palm. So lifting, or the heel of the palm up, and then lowering down. So again, it's like these little wrist bops. So lifting, go slow, pause for a moment. And I want you to feel the mounds of the fingers grounding down now. It's like on the palm, it's kind of like the knuckle side that's pushing into the earth, and then we lower. Now you can continue to go really slow, or we start to invite that kind of bopping action in, where the second the palm hits, we're popping right back up. It's like this reaction. And we are doing this because it's waking up the forearms, and it's going to help carry us through our movement today. So you should start to feel this lighting up and the warmth building in the forearms pretty quickly. All right, last one. Let's hold. Again, push especially into the index finger, the mound there on both sides, and then go ahead, release the whole palm down. All right, dolphin pose. Let's drop to the forearms. All right, fingers are pushing into the earth, or you can interlace them together. Tuck the toes, lift the knees up, and then adjust here by walking the feet in towards the face, whatever feels more supportive for you. And go ahead and take a slight bend into the knees. Right, really push the elbows and the palms or the forearms down into the earth, and try to shift the hips up and back. And then we're going to rise onto the toes and lower the heels. Starting off slow, rise onto the toes. You'll shift the weight forward more into the shoulders, and then we lower the heels down. So a few more cycles like that, starting to really wake up the entire body here. It's amazing how quickly we can build heat and endurance in a relatively static shape. One more cycle here. Go ahead, lower the heels down. Walk the feet out behind you, forearm plank. Adjust here so that the hips are directly in line with the shoulders. We don't want the hips popping up. We want to keep everything pulling in and really neutral through the spine. Make sure you're not dropping the chin down towards the earth, and let's tap it out here. Lower the right knee down to tap, and then lift it back up. Left knee taps and lifts. One more each side. Try not to sway. Stay really controlled. Both knees come down. Release to the belly. Slide the palms under the shoulders. Push the tops of the feet into the earth. And on the breath in, lifting up, trying to grow a little bit taller through the top of the head. And then exhale, fold. Tabletop shape. Let's push to the knees. Walk the knees in, get your containment. And then we draw two big circles here with the left knee circling twice around. And then we stay on this side, circle the other direction, getting into the hip crease. Come back to center, left foot up towards the sky. So keep the knee bent. Make sure you're pushing the earth away and pulling the core in. So we're strong here through the foundation. We're not dumping into the chest. And then little pulses, left heel pulsing up to the sky. Containing here the center of the body and being mindful that the head isn't dropping down. Okay, last 3, 2, and 1. Left knee pulls in to tap at center. And then we take it off to the side, a little fire hydrant here, and then back to center. All right, open the left knee. And then close it off. Last one, open to hold here. Find your height without leaning too far to the right, and little pulses up to the sky. So we're really waking up that left hip, that left glute. For 3, last 2, and 1. Hold at that height. Extend the leg nice and long so the foot comes off the mat. Left heel is in line with the hip, and then we rise all the way up onto the knee as you come back. So stacking the shoulders over top of the hips. Left hand comes down, big breath in, reach overhead. And then exhale, switch sides. Right hand alongside the body, left hand up and over. Right, inhale, rise. We come all the way back down to the earth. Walk the hands out under the shoulders. And then slide left leg back as you tuck the toes. Push into the earth, really ground through the left foot, and we pull the right knee into the chest. Right, three-legged plank. Lengthen the right leg back, big breath in, and then exhale, knee to chest. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, move with your breath. Re-lengthen, land the right toes down, and then tabletop shape, drop to the knees. Keep moving, right side, big circles in that right knee. We got 2 circles here in one direction. And then when you're done, circle it out in the opposite direction. Come back to center. And then the right heel up to the sky. Remember, move at your pace, and we start to pulse that right heel. While you're pulsing, make sure you're not dumping into the chest or the core. Last 3, 2, and 1. Knee to center. And we open to the right. Fire hydrant. And then back to center. So get that feeling. Inhale, open. Exhale, we close. Open this time to hold, and we move into our pulses without shifting the weight too far to the left. Right, feel the shoulders starting to light up, so they're probably burning right now. I know mine are. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen the right leg off the mat nice and long. We ground through the foot, and then we slowly rise up, stacking on top of the knee. Shoulders over the hips. Right hand slides down the leg. Left hand up and over, side body stretch. And then back to center, same thing the other way. Left hand down, right hand overhead. Right, inhale, rise up, reach to the sky. Exhale, walk the hands under the shoulders. Right leg slides back, tuck the toes. Lift the left knee off the earth, and we pull it in towards the belly. Don't tuck the chin. Keep the back of the head lifted. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. And then exhale, knee to chest. 2 more, big breath in. Big breath out. Step it back, high push-up pose. And then downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Land here, 1 full breath in and 1 full breath out. Rise onto the toes, bend the knees. We look forward, take as many steps as you need to arrive at the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift, palms to the shins. And then exhale, fold forward, fingertips land, left foot steps back, low lunge shape. We softly land the left knee down. Rise up, reach the hands to the sky. Catch your breath here for a moment. All right, check in. So remember, we want that contained stance. You'll see I'm not leaning my hips forward. I'm actually trying to stack that back knee right underneath the hips. And as I reach, I'm pulling my belly button back in space. And I'm feeling this strong containment and this length of the top of the head reaching towards the sky. Let's take a nice full breath in. And then exhale, hands come down. We step it back, high push-up pose. Right, lower the knees for this first round. Get really strong through the heels. So we're still active in the legs, although we're in a modified plank. And then see if you can dial both hands in opposite directions. You'll see the biceps move a little closer to the top of the mat, and the triceps are pointing back. So that external rotation in the shoulders. Let's keep that. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, half push-up, bend the elbows. Inhale to straighten out the arms. And then this time we lower all the way to the earth with control. Right, cactus the arms, elbows go wide, palms face down, and we lift the chest up. And then lower hands under the shoulders, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Keep moving. Left leg rises, full breath in. And then we step the left foot between the hands. Low lunge shape, back knee drops down. And then we rise up, reach the hands to the sky. This is our sun salutation with a low lunge built in. We're going to do it one more time, and we'll move a bit quicker because we're already running out of time. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, hands come down, step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, hands to shins, and fold. Ground into the feet, rise to stand, big breath in, and then right away we fold back down towards the earth, hands through heart. Land the fingertips, right foot steps back first, low lunge shape, drop the knee down, softly inhale, reach to the sky, and then exhale, palms come down, and we step it back, high push-up pose. Option to lower the knees. Dial the hands out opposite directions. Keep that containment. Full breath in. Exhale, half push-up. Inhale, straighten out the arms. Exhale, lower with control. Untuck the toes. Cactus the arms. Elbows go wide. Everything hovers here. The chest and the arms. Full breath in. And then exhale, we fold. Palms under the shoulders. Downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. Right leg rises. Full breath in. And then low lunge shape. We step the right foot through and we lower the knee down as we reach to the sky. Big breath in. And then big breath out. Step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Ground down, rise up, inhale. And then the palms come through the heart. All right, we're warmed up. Let's start to take some bigger movements. We're going to find our heel bops here. So lifting onto the toes. And then once you feel like you got your stability, I want you to find that reaction. So it's a quick movement. The second my heels touch, I'm lifting them back up. All right, about another 5 seconds here. Pushing into the big toe mound. You should feel the calves really lighting up, starting to burn. And then release, heels come down. Let's drop into a chair pose here, a little squat as we bend the knees. Your right foot is going to be your anchor here. And we're going to start to hover the left heel. So we're shifting all of the weight into the right foot. Then we're going to tap left toes off the side of the mat. And then we tap them back to center. Tap the toes behind you. And then back to center. Keep moving to the side. Center. And we tap back. All right, find your rhythm here. Repetitive movement. So we're just continuing to go through those two shapes and finding your pace. So going as fast as you can without feeling like you're losing control. We're almost there. Let's do one more full round. So after you tap back, we come forward. Continue to stay on those left toes. See if you can drop the hips back a little bit more. So we're protecting the knee joint. And we're going to pull the left knee in towards the chest as we stand all the way up. Standing stork. Shoulders over the hips, ears in line with the shoulders. Take a big step back, side lunge to the left. We tap, fingertips down, and then we side lunge right. Tap. This has been a favorite move. So we're going to incorporate it. It's our last live class, continuing to lunge and tap, remembering to sit the weight back. We're not jetting the knee forward, tapping left, pause for a moment, collect yourself, and then we pivot all the way around, top of the mat, high push-up pose, step it back. Option to lower the knees for this round. We're going to lower to the right forearm and then to the left. Pop up, right hand, left hand. Left forearm, right forearm. Left, right. So you're alternating, keep moving between plank and forearm plank. Biggest challenge here is to avoid overly swaying the weight from side to side. Let's meet forearm plank. If the knees are down, lift them up. And then it's a dolphin pose again. Walk the feet into the face. Let's hold here. We got about 5 cycles of breath. Option to find your heel bops. Starting to rise onto the toes. Start off slow. And then bend the knees in little bops. Right? So it's like almost like a little hop. So we're not actually lowering the heels down. We're kind of just popping up onto the toes. Pushing into the big toe mound. And it's like this mini little cardio hop. All right, let's release. Relax the heels down. Pop up to the hands. Step the right foot to the top of the mat, followed by the left foot. That's a strong transition. Take your time. Halfway lift, hands to the shins, and then exhale, fold. Rise to stand. Let's reach all the way up towards the sky, and the hands come through heart center, and we bop it out. Second set, rising quickly onto the toes. The heels tap and we rebound so they lift right back up. 5 more seconds. The calves should be really fired up here. And then release, chair pose, drop into the hips. And you can bring the hands to the hips. This time we sink and anchor into the left foot. We start to get a little lighter onto the right, coming onto the right toes, and then we tap off to the side, tap center, and back. Right, center, tap right, tap center, and then back. Same thing here. You keep moving until you find your own rhythm and try to catch your breath. Moving wide and back. Last one here. Let's tap forward. See if you can hinge the hips back behind you. So if you see, I'm putting my hands in the hip creases to remind me to sit back. I'm not jutting the knees forward. And then we rise to stand, right knee into the chest. Take a big breath in, lengthen, and then exhale, side lunge to the right. We tap, fingers down, and then we side lunge left. All right, keep moving side to side as we tap the hands, one at a time. We get our push here. All right, last full cycle. Let's collect at the back of the mat, side lunge right, and then we pivot all the way around to the top, high push-up pose. All right, second set, forearm plank, left forearm down, followed by the right. Left palm, right palm. Keep moving side to side. Remember your options to modify and drop the knees down. I would drop the knees, but I feel the pressure to keep them lifted. Okay, let's do one more full round. Let's meet on the forearms and then dolphin pose, hips up and back. Walk the feet into the face. 5 cycles of breath so you can settle into stillness. Trying to slow the heart rate down, or you can rise onto the toes, bend the knees, and find your little hops. A few more seconds here. Whew. All right. Let's release, relax the heels, pop up to the hands, and we meet in a downward facing dog. Stay with me. We got one more little push here. Take a big breath in through the nose, and then open the mouth, let it go. Again, inhale, exhale. Let's walk the feet a little closer into the face, shortening the stance. And then we step the right foot forward, followed by the left foot. Left foot steps back into that short down dog, right foot back. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Left back, right back. All right, last one, right foot forward, followed by the left. And then we rise to stand. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Drop into the hips. It's not a deep chair squat this time around, but I want you to have that buoyancy in the knees. Bring the hands to the hips. And we're going to kick that left heel forward and flex the toes back to the face. So we're sinking. It's kind of like a one-legged squat. Anchored through the right foot. And then we're going to pull that left leg off to the side. And then it circles all the way back behind. So we're focusing on stability here. Pull the left leg forward, drop into the right hip. And then left leg goes wide, big circle around and back. Keep moving. So with the hands on the hips, you should actually be able to feel that rotation of the left hip moving in its socket. So important for us to keep with our mobility and to be able to take these big movements. Let's do one more here. We're going to circle all the way around and back. We'll keep that left leg lifted, kind of like a baby warrior 3. And then we're going to take a big step back and we pivot to the left. Have the toes face forward. So this is not a goddess squat yet. It's more like a wide-legged squat. Toes are pointing forward and then we drop into the hips. All right, bring the arms in front of you so the elbows cross in front of the chest. We're leaning a little bit forward here so you can intend that you want the heart to be parallel with the earth. And then we keep this lean and we open the elbows wide, like the elbows are going up to the sky as we pulse up about an inch or two. And then bend the knees, cross the elbows in front of the chest, and then ground down to pulse up. All right, keep moving. This should feel really good. I love that mobility into the upper back. And then we're just finding a little bit of rhythm here. Next time you squat down, hold. Keep this squat, but open the arms back up. Back of the arms to the sky, elbows wide, make fists, and then little pulses here with the elbows pulsing up to the sky. Isolating the shoulder blades, the upper back, but we're still activating the legs in the core. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release, hands to the hips, rise to stand. Pivot the toes out. We're almost there. Goddess squat, drop into the hips. I know we're running low on time. Get your stance here. So we want the toes out, external rotation into the hips. And then you can just get a little buoyant here as we pulse up and down for a moment. And when you're ready, find your depth. Sink the hips low. And then we pulse kind of in that depth for 3. Last 2. And 1. Hold. Feel the burn. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Let's find a deep release here. Big breath in. As you exhale, pull the elbows into the hips. Open the mouth. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Even deeper. Open the mouth. Hands to the hips. Pivot to the top of the mat. Land the palms down. Right leg to the sky. 3-legged down dog. I promise we're almost there. Shift the weight forward, knee to the chest, and then step back, high push-up pose. Left knee pulls in, and we step it back. Mountain climbers. You can pause, or you can take out the pause, and we pull the knees in for another 3. Last 2. And then 1. Step back, high push-up pose, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. You got to do the same thing on the other side. I promise this is it. Let's shorten our stance. Stick with me. Let's push through. Look forward. Left foot steps behind the wrist. Right foot behind the right. Left foot steps back. Right foot back. Go as fast as you can. Right forward, left. And we're just alternating, moving at your own pace. Continuing with our cardio push, knowing we're almost there. Step the feet forward. Rise to stand. Push into the feet as you lengthen up towards the sky. And then hands to heart center. Heel toe the feet in. Get your sturdy stance. Hands to the hips. And we drop the weight down in like a little baby chair pose. Anchor through the left foot. And then we kick that right heel forward. It's just hovering off the earth. Pull the feet back or the toes back to the face. We feel the hands on the hips. So we start to circle that right foot wide. And then we circle it behind. All right, sink into the left hip. Pull the foot forward. And then we circle. All right, we got one more big circle here. So I want you to feel that left hip rotating in its socket. That mobility and how nice it is. Let's kick back behind. Hold here, your baby warrior 3. And then we take a big step to the right and we pivot. All right, I'm gonna face you guys. Remember, toes point forward. It's a wide-legged squat. Bend the knees, elbows in front of the chest. And then we pulse up, elbows to the sky. All right, drop it in and then rise up. Remember, we're leaning the chest forward. So it's basically parallel with the earth and you're finding your own rhythm into these squats. All right, last one, sink down, bend the knees, drop into the hips. So sink the weight back, we hold, and then elbows to the sky, make fists, and we pulse the back of the arms up, isolating the upper back for the last time here for 3, 2, and 1. Release, hands to the hips, rise to stand. Goddess squat, last one, heel toe the feet out, and then we drop into the hips. Make sure the toes point out and then get a little buoyancy here so you can lift and lower and then know that this is the final kind of activation here before we drop into those mountain climbers. Let's sink into the hips. Reach the hands up towards the sky. And this time we pulse with the hands lifted for 3. Last 2 and 1. Drop it in. Take a big breath in. Pull the elbows to the hips. Exhale out of the mouth. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Reach back to the sky. Pivot to the left. We open to the top of the mat. And then we land the hands down. Three-legged dog. Left leg towards the sky. Big breath in. And then knee to chest. Hold it here. Step back into your plank pose. And then the right knee pulls in. Mountain climbers. Final cardio push. You can take the pause out and work with me here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Step it back. High push-up pose. Let's lower the knees. Come to the belly for the very last time. Cactus the arms to the side. Elbows go wide. Palms face down. Hover the legs. And we hold here for 2 cycles of breath. Inhale to lengthen a little bit more. And exhale to hold in that length. Release. Hands come down. Tabletop shape. Pull the knees under the hips. We land on all 4s. And we catch the breath. Drop the belly. Lift the heart. Big breath in. And then exhale. Let's round. Cat, cow. 2 more cycles. Slow the breath down. Inhale. Lengthen the exhale. And last round here. Moving with your breath. And when you're done, let's slowly come back to center. We'll pivot all the way around to a seated shape, facing the top of the mat. And we'll finish today with a really gentle twist. It's like we did last week or last class, right hand behind the spine. So you make a little tent there with the right fingertips, and we rotate towards the right. Left hand crosses over top of the thigh. Remember that twist, that activation comes from the core. So it starts with the belly button, and then the shoulders are along for the ride. So don't overforce this by twisting too deep. Let's stay here. Take 1 more full breath. And then exhale, release back to center, nice and slow. Then we switch sides. Left hand behind the spine. Right hand crosses over the thigh, twisting to the left. Inhale to grow nice and tall. Exhale to twist maybe 1/2 inch more. One more full cycle of breath. When you're done, slowly come back to center. It is a quick class. I went a little bit over our time today. So because these are such short classes, we don't do a full cool down. So please take your time. If you have a wall close by and you're able to do legs up the wall or supported waterfall, which is the same thing, just unassisted, I really encourage you to do that. We will close off our practice. We got about 1 more minute that we get to sit here together to start off our day right. So find a place. You can either do the supported waterfall, you can come to your back, or you can stay here with me seated. And then when you're ready, I invite you to close the eyes down if that feels safe. If it doesn't, just soften the eyes, looking towards the earth. And I want you to just tap into all of that energy, all of the heat we have moving through the body right now. Allowing the breath to try to make its way back just to a calm rhythm here. We have no hold on the breath. It's just flowing freely in and out of the body. And with the eyes closed, I want you to start to feel a little bit more into your body, into this moment. See if there's anywhere in your body that you can kind of tap into this sense of peace or this sense of ease. Maybe that place resides in your heart. Maybe you're feeling a softening there. Maybe although the belly is strong and fired up, maybe there's a little bit of ease there. Wherever it is in the body, just take a few moments to focus in on that softness and allow it to just create this sense of peace and calm within your entire body. Please stay here for however long you have this morning. I really encourage you to take another minute or 5, whatever it is, to just let yourself kind of be still. Really, really gradually moving back into your morning. So don't rush that transition. Allow it to be a slow motion move back into your day. Thank you so much for being here with me, for joining me for these sessions. Really appreciate you guys for showing up. Loving your feedback. I hope you all have an amazing day. Namaste.